What's up guys, welcome to the Friday video. Today we're going to become artists. We're going to paint with light. How's it going guys? Welcome back to another Photography Friday. This is the day of the week where we try something new and try to get creative with photography and have little photography experiments here and there. Mostly just go out and take random pictures. But today we're going to be trying something different. We're going to be taking our photography to a whole new level. We're going to be using our camera's full potential because today we're painting with light. What? So, what is light painting? Sorry about that little switch. I just finished up this entire video just to find out that the Sony switched off about 4 minutes in. I couldn't see myself. Man, Sony. I can do this again. Let's go. We're using this flashlight to paint with light using a photography trick called long exposure. Now you can find a ton of really awesome long exposure shots online. The most common one being the lights in traffic that make these long beautiful lines. But in this one, we're actually going to be making the lines ourselves by painting them. Still a crazy idea. Alright, let's get to this. Before we start though, let me just quickly explain to you what long exposure is. The Canon DSLR over here, and every DSLR for that matter, has a mirror. Now when you take a picture, the mirror flips up and then closes. While it's flipped up, light hits the sensor, the camera captures it, and then it flips down. Then you have your picture. You can actually control the speed of this flip with your camera. It's called the shutter speed. So the first thing you want to do is grab your camera and change the settings from auto to manual. Now that we're in manual, I'm going to roll this dial to the left. This is going to slow down my shutter speed. Ideally your camera has to at least go up to 1 second. 2 seconds even better. 5, a lot better. The longer it can go, the better. And the more time you'll have to paint. So if I click the shutter while it's on 1 second, the mirror flips open for a second and then closes. Now let's turn it to a normal mode, about 60 or 30th, a 60th of a second. Now when I click it, it sounds normal. It actually sounds like a camera. But now if I take it back up to 1 and press the shutter, you can actually hear the difference. When it's on 1 second, it stays open a lot longer. So if I take it to 2 seconds, it goes even longer. My camera can actually go all the way up till 30 seconds. That is pretty cool. You can do a lot with 30 seconds. But let me go down to about 20 or 10 and click it. Now as you can see, the mirror is open. The camera is actually capturing light this entire time while the mirror is open. When it flips down, it stops and you have this image that's a little bit too bright. Ideally what you want to be doing is making your shutter speed as fast as possible so that the mirror just opens and closes really quick. The only problem with this is the faster the mirror opens and closes, the less light hits the sensor and the darker your image. On the flip side, if you make your shutter speed really slow, the mirror flips open, light enters it, the camera captures a lot of that light. In fact, the camera keeps capturing that light till the mirror closes. That's essentially what cameras do, they capture light. Then you end up with a brighter image. But again, another problem you run into is motion blur. If the subject moves the slightest bit while that mirror is open, you'll get a blurry image. With long exposure, while the mirror is open, the camera is capturing every little bit of that light. Even if the light moves, the camera will capture that as well. This is where long exposure shots become cool. So, let's get to this. Oh yeah, by the way, forgot to mention, you do need a tripod. So that's what you get on 1 second. But since this big light is still on, I'm gonna switch it off. Let's snap it again. Now I get this cool looking light. If I make the light show into the camera, we have a cool light painting. That's what you get when this is set to 1. Now what I'm gonna do is set it to 2 and see what we can get with 2 seconds. Two seconds is pretty great, but the pictures turn out a little bit too bright if I hold it there. I actually want to do more light painting, but I can't because too much light goes into the camera. So what I'm going to do is take the aperture lower, meaning the F is going to go higher. It's at 5.6 right now. I'm going to take it even higher. That is going to close the aperture blades a little bit, make it a little less bright. The shutter speed is still at 2 seconds, and hopefully we'll take a better picture. Wow, it is insanely dark. So now what I'm gonna do is paint a little light on the side of the subject and then point the light to the subject to make the subject a lot more clearer. That's gonna take a little bit more time, so I'm gonna change the shutter speed to 5. That looks nice. That is insane. I'm gonna take it up to 10 seconds now. No way. Okay, that looks cool. Turning it up to 20 now and trying to write something. That was fun. I didn't expect to enjoy that as much as I did. In fact, I was planning on making this video really short, but I just ended up taking so many pictures, enjoying myself, just trying new light tricks. I tried writing something, but my handwriting is just atrocious. Anyway, that's it. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and for those of you that do, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. These are my final settings. Zoomed out slightly to get a wider shot, and then the highest I could go was 29. I was planning to do that, but that one actually scared me.